Today I'm working on a Stihl BR600 Backpack Blower. It's in extremely bad condition due to a high level of commercial use. The complaint is the pull starter is stuck. I'll take you through the process of diagnosing and repairing it. The BR600 backpack blowers are part of Stihl's 4-mix line of equipment. So they are 4-stroke engines, they have compression release, they have rocker arms, and they still run on 2-stroke mix. Not uncommon for a valve adjustment issue on these to cause either difficult pull starting or damage to the pull starter, or the pull starter won't pull the engine over at all because it's such a large displacement piston and cylinder. So that can barely be pulled over. So that's an indication that it's not seized. So I think it needs a valve adjustment, and I'll take you through that process. I'll begin by removing the starter, 3 bolts here, and 4 bolts to remove this engine cover, and 2 screws to take off the air filter cover. The fuel tank has a couple of these bushing towers on it that would normally locate inside rubber bushings in the cover, but as you can see, this corner is broken off. This corner is badly damaged. Like all of Stihl's 4-mix machines, this machine suffers from the leaky crankcase pan seal. It's a glued seal. You can see it oozing all of the 2-stroke mix here around the pan. Eventually, all their 4-stroke machines in the 4-mix line wind up suffering from these leaks that lead to engines running hot. They won't start once they've been run for a while, and they develop a lean running condition that makes them run poor. They can usually be disassembled. You've seen me do that in a few videos, and this can be re-glued with a proper sealant like 3-bond. And it gets very tough to rotate once it hits that compression, and then go back to compression again, and you can barely rotate it through there. In order to get to the valve cover for the valve adjustment, this upper engine shroud has to be removed. There is a screw in this upper corner and a much longer screw in this lower corner. It's important that the long screw goes back in this lower corner because it has to pass through the engine shroud and the air filter housing. Final step in removing the cover is to take the spark plug boot off and remove these 2 coil kill wires. And that will just lift off. And we'll find top dead center. There is exhaust valve opening and closing. And then we have intake opening. And right there where they're passing each other, that's overlap. So we need to make one more revolution. And here's compression stroke. So we'll slowly rotate up, let that piston bleed off all this pressure. And there's top dead center. There is a lot of movement on the exhaust side. And there's a lot of movement on the intake side. So when you have that much movement, that means the compression release that's on the camshaft is not going to be triggered. So we'll bring these both back into spec. Spec is 10 thou. Let's see if I can hold this blower assembly steady. And that is very nice. We'll do this one next. I run my exhaust valves a little looser than spec because loose exhaust valves stay closed longer. That allows them to transfer their heat to the cylinder. I'll go just a little bit looser on that one. And now I'll just grab the flywheel and rotate around and see how it does. And we're getting that little bump of the compression release. So that's good. We'll put it back together. There's a cork gasket that's normally replaced. There is also a copper washer that's crushable that should get replaced. I don't replace them. I've never had any leak. Before this shroud gets tightened down, the coil kill wires get tucked behind two tabs. Those tabs are located on the side here. There's one here and one down below. So the coil kill wires wind up behind these two tabs, and you can just move this shroud outward so that you can tuck your wires into place. The wires then pass through a little cutout there. The bolts for the shroud can now be installed. The long one passes through the bottom. Main engine cover is next. This side tab fits into the side slot on the body of the blower housing. And then lift the machine up and set those two pins that are on the fuel tank into the bushings located on either side. Coarse screws are the ones that go through the plastic. These fine thread screws go through the starter. And we'll check our work. Nice. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out.